And why not? I mean, we've talked about this. This government is about the most divisive in Canadian history. We're seeing infighting across the whole country. We're not seeing a prime minister who stands up for Canadians. We're seeing corruption, lies, scandals. Too many to count. We can't even count them anymore. There's some that happen that don't even get covered by the media. And we're seeing money just shoveled out the door. There's money gone, our future generations. We were telling this story earlier. My 8-year-old son Jack was talking to another 8-year-old, as they did the other day. And he said, "Did you know that Justin Trudeau thinks money grows on trees?" And it's true. They just throw money in and out. It's just crazy. You know, I'm so happy to be a conservative. You know, when people ask why you're conservative or what you're doing, I think the biggest thing for me is that conservatives recognize the dignity of being an individual. And that as human beings, we have the right to be free, to live free, and to pursue our motivations as we see fit. Not because a government or Justin Trudeau thinks it's the right idea, because it's our God-given natural right. And that's what we're losing a little bit of in this country. But the government steps in and so much overbound. And that's why I'm so happy to be part of this party, because come this election, it's the only party that has a plan. A great plan. Secure the future. What greater idea for a political party than be talking about the future? And a great 5-point plan. And we're talking about securing the economy, securing jobs, securing accountability. Imagine that. Securing our country. And my favorite is securing mental health. And not only do we have a great plan, we have a great leader, a fantastic leader who has a lot of integrity, who served his country, who still continues to serve, who stands up for Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the next Prime Minister of Canada, Mr. Erin O'Toole.
Wow, thank you, Ryan. It's so good to get back into events. Now we're all spacing like this and we're outside, but it is so good. Because for 9-10 months, I've literally been meeting people in little boxes on screens. And I'll tell you, it's so nice to get out here and to see tremendous leaders like my friend, the Honorable Todd Smith. Congratulations on your big promotion. You're a key part of the Ford government and a key partner for the well-being of Ontario and of Canada. And with Ryan, we have a star candidate.
Yes, we do.
Here we go. You've convinced your campaign manager.
Yes.
Everyone else
It took a long time. We got it.
But someone recognized for volunteerism in his community, someone that was a leader in the business community, someone that knows how to tackle the tourism sector, which is one of the most highly impacted from COVID, someone who's already served at the municipal level. And I know from my time as a veteran, as Veterans Affairs Minister, someone that served at Trenton, a family that has been committed for decades to the community and to families that serve in uniform. And that makes me so proud that we're getting people that have success, that have family commitments. I have a Jack too. My Jack's a couple of years older, but a family and responsibilities and success and great friends in the community, but he's putting his country first. And I'll tell you, after 6 years of Mr. Trudeau, our country's more divided. We have a separation party from Quebec that wasn't an official party 6 years ago. They're the third party in the House of Commons, more seats than the NDP. There's 3 different separation movements in Saskatchewan and Alberta, none of which existed when the Conservatives were in just 6 years ago. We've seen $160 billion in capital leave Canada under Mr. Trudeau before COVID, and we're less respected on the world stage. Does anyone remember the Prime Minister's state visit to India? If you don't, Google that. You'll see the Prime Minister dancing, thinking it's all about himself, when the Prime Minister should be representing all of us, fighting for our interests and for our values on the world stage. So it's been a tough year for our country, but we have to redouble our efforts to secure our future. Because I'll tell you, whether it's your Jack or our Jack, Mr. Trudeau has put $500 billion worth of debt on their shoulders. We have the highest unemployment in the G7 and spent the most per capita. We have private sector people leaving, fabricators, greenhouse operators all across Ontario thinking about leaving if Mr. Trudeau wins another term. The country's divided, we're less prosperous, and we need a strong future. And I'll tell you, if you would have ever thought I would have created controversy by saying I'm proud to be Canadian last week, the only federal leader who said I was going to celebrate this country and recommit to make it better. Reconciliation is reconciling the past with the present. We should expand the Canadian story. Talk more about the tremendous contributions of First Nations, Indigenous peoples. You tell more to the story. You don't take away from the story. You don't tear down, you build up. And I'll tell you, as a veteran, I didn't get into public life to tear down Canada. I got into it to recommit. And I think that's what I see happening in every part of this country. We have patriotic, passionate public servants like Ryan and others stepping forward to allow their community to choose better, to put Canada first, to secure the future, and to get this country back on track. So look, I'm just really, really proud to be out on the hustings. Like, this is literally the first time I'm even able to do this in 9 months. A Zoom era, COVID era opposition leader. But I believe in this party. I believe in this country. And I'll tell you, the Conservative Party, 154 years ago, a few days ago, helped create Canada. And I think coming out of the worst crisis in a century, it's going to be the Conservative Party and members of Parliament like Ryan that secures this country's next century. So thank you. Please send this guy to Ottawa.
Yeah.